ask you. And your answer should be concise and precise.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mine are really not questions, but something that issues that have been raised with the hotel industry that we'd like some assurance should you be approved that you will undertake. Hotel industry is complaining that the classification or star rating of hotels was last done 6 years ago. If we approve you, will you ensure that that is done in the quickest time possible? Because it's making it difficult to attract tourism. Also, there is the issue of Airbnb accommodation that has caused some security challenges. And this one will require an answer. What will you do, if approved, to ensure that the Tourism Regulatory Authority has the ability to do it, or the vision you have to do that, since it's an emerging market? And lastly, the two funds, the Tourism Fund and the Tourism Promotion Fund, what can they do to support the tourism parastatal so they can execute their mandate? Thank you.
Go ahead and respond.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. On the question of classification, it is indeed very important that hotels are classified, because then they give them world-class practice. We know that world over, classification of hotels is a necessity. And besides that, it is a requirement of the East Africa community that hotels are classified. And back here in Kenya, if we do not do that, then our guests and the occupants will be left to classify it for themselves, which will then distort the pricing, which will distort the classes. And if I am approved, I will undertake to conclude the work that is pending on classification so that we have an objective classification system that has integrity and that will enable our hotels compete globally and even maybe be included in some of the chains because of the classification. We know that if you do not classify yourself, you find other people classifying you. And I know that if we look at the world best practice, we cannot leave our hotels without classification. It is true, and I have been briefed as I met the industry, as I met the ministry. This has been pending for the last 5 to 6 years, and indeed, this will be an imperative. It will be a priority in case I am approved to take that docket. The next question was on Airbnb. My view, Mr. Speaker, is that the case of Airbnbs is a classic example where an industry is overtaken by the growth of the industry. And I will not hesitate to say, because we have research institutions, research organizations dealing with tourism, they must be on top of the game with what is happening, the contemporary changes, so that as a country, we keep up, we foresee, we prepare ourselves. When I look at the Airbnbs, we are lagging behind as a country, as a region. We are trying to catch up, trying to avoid and maneuver issues that come up. And therefore, that being the case, if approved, I will ensure that this is also a priority so that in consultation with the other arms of governments, with other ministries that have a stake on this, we finalize the strategy, the regulations, any legislative and policy agenda that is required, so that we tidy up that space that is currently untidy, getting into security issues and all manner of things. The third question is on tourism fund taken together with the tourist promotion fund. The tourist fund is the one that collects levies in the hotel industry, previously the catering levy, and the tourism promotion fund is the one that collects levies from travel, international travel, and local travel, and there is a specific amount of money that then is attached to the two levies. Mr. Chairman, I have looked at the information and I have been taken through. I believe that these funds give resources that should catapult the tourism sector, the hotel industry, so that Kenya is able to compete. Mr. Chairman, if you look at the Kenya Kwanza manifesto, and I was reading the manifesto, it recognizes that the tourism sector is one of the key sectors, but Kenya currently is punching below its weight. So that's a description of what we have as the tourism sector. A lot has been done, but we are still punching below our weight as a country. If you look at the numbers, Mr. Chairman, with a population of 55 million and counting, and our tourist data of about 2 million to 2.3 million visitors, that confirms that Kenya is punching below the weight. Many countries that have succeeded in tourism actually are now getting more visitors than residents, or the ratio is a little better than we are seeing in Kenya. But the contradiction that I see is that Kenya is a destination that is much better than many other destinations that are attracting very many tourists. The Creator has endowed Kenya with the weather, natural resources, people who are hospitable, and many, many other tourist attractions. But then we are still punching below the weight. So these two funds should then be structured in a way that it addresses this burning platform. I'll call it a burning platform because it is urgent. It is something we need to do. And as a country, this tourism sector will be the one that will take Kenya, among the ones that will take Kenya to the next level. And therefore, we will structure, we will organize so that the fund is able to fund the critical priorities